Alright, and we're back on Phoenix Trudeau.
Seven 27.
2:11 p.m. Right and go law offices. Apparently the judge is not speaking.
What was Mr. Edgeworth talking about?
We already said. Oh yeah.
Do you really think Mr. Edgeworth killed?
I don't believe it. Not Edgeworth. Some painful memory has been troubling him recently, but he never takes someone's life. Never.
Nick!
Yo! How's everyone doing? What do you think of my performance today? I had him swooning in the aisles, huh, Maya?
Swooning? Me? Yes, I do remember feeling pain.
Right on, tell me the truth. It was like love at first sight, right? Right, Nick?
Huh? Me? Well, maybe my heart skipped a beat or two.
I think you can do better than that. Come on, I saved Edgeworth in there, dude. Edgy! You guys should be bowing before me. You bow before your hero.
Wait, you really helped out in the trial today. I hate saying that.
You did! If you weren't there, Larry, I'm sure Mr. Edgeworth would have been found guilty.
Seriously, Nick. That boot shop caretaker guy is pretty suspicious. But Edgy ain't off the hook yet.
Way to spoil the mood, Larry.
Hey, I'm just a guy sitting in the audience, you know. Where I'm sitting, Edgy seems pretty, well, edgy. I mean, can you really know he's telling the truth about that night?
Nick? I don't know. But what I do know is I'm going to believe in you two until the end.
Us two?
Edgeworth and who else? You mean me, right?
No, he means me, right, Nick?
Yeah, you, Larry.
Me? But why you, Larry?
Who? Actually, yeah. Why me, Nick?
Enough of the silent treatment!
Yo.
Nick! Why do you trust Mr. Edgeworth so much? I mean, he's changed recently, true. But when we first met, he was kind of a jerk, don't you think?
The correct term is dick.
You don't know.
You didn't know him back then. Back when he wanted to become a defense attorney.
Wait, was that when you two were classmates?
Yep, in grade school. They saved me, Miles and Larry. They saved me and I'll never forget it. That's why I became a defense attorney, you know?
What?
Lies.
Hey, Larry, what's he talking about?
Sorry, I kind of forgot.
Okay, Nick, out with it. I'm gonna hear this story today, and that's final.
Okay. It's kind of a long story, so hang in there. It was the very end of 3rd grade. I was on trial. A class trial.
A class trial?
You remember, Larry? Spring, end of 3rd grade? A kid in our class got his lunch money stolen.
Lunch money?
Our school is really small. Every month, kids would bring in an envelope with money for lunch for home.
Huh? I see.
Anyway, this kid's envelope disappeared, with $38 still inside.
Oh yeah, now that you mention it, I do remember that.
I can see why you'd forget, though. You were out of school that day. Anyway, the envelope had been stolen during PE class. I was coming down with a cold, so I'd skip PE that day. I was the only one not in class.
So, they thought you did it?
Yeah, the kids in class said I should be put on trial.
Trial?
So the next day we held a classroom trial with me as a defendant.
I didn't do it. Guilty. He did it.
Guilty. He did it. Get the money back. You know, you just both fucking do it.
Just admit you did it.
You get hot in trial. We're not marrying you anymore.
You shouldn't be allowed in the...
Where's the hammer committee?
Give me back my 50
Did you drop the bag the other day?
Yeah.
God damn it. You know you shouldn't steal people's money. It's not right. In the end, even the teacher thought I'd done it. Go over and apologize, Felix. I didn't know what was happening. I was so sad, I couldn't stop crying. Everyone was staring at me like I'd done it. I tried to apologize. I went to where the boy whose money had been stolen was sitting. That's when it happened. By the way, this is Edgeworth.
You shouldn't have to apologize. The only thing that belongs in a trial is evidence. Anything else has no place. You should all be ashamed, amateurs.
Yes?
It wasn't you who stole my money, was it?
No.
Then you shouldn't apologize. Everyone's been shouting you did it, but no one has any proof. That is why, Your Honor, the boy is innocent.
It was your money that was stolen.
Yeah, he
Yeah, he's the one.
We don't need proof. Why don't you all just shut?
That's Butts, by the
Why
way.
don't you just shut up? This is always how it's everybody's ganging up on, picking on one person. Just think how he feels.
He just changed his voice twice.
He said he didn't do it, so he didn't do it.
Well, I will take the money myself. This class trial is on.
That's how it happened. After that, the three of us were the best of friends.
Wow, I had no idea.
Yeah, I had no idea either. I mean, I forgot.
That's when I learned what it meant to be alone. Totally alone, without a friend in the world.
You did a good thing, Larry. I still won't leave you.
Yeah, well, I was just lucky that I took the day off from school. If I'd been there, they would have thought I'd done it. So I took it kind of personally, see?
The smell is usually the butt. Anyway, Edgeworth and I talked about after that class trial. And that's when I heard his father was a defense attorney. Remember his eyes would shine when he talked about his father?
I'm gonna be a defense attorney like my father. A famous defense attorney.
A few months later, he suddenly transferred to another school.
The DL6 incident.
Right. Not sure, but the transfer probably had to do with his father's death.
That's so sad.
It was several years later when I heard Edgeworth's name again. There was an article about him in the newspaper. The headline was something like, "Dark Suspicions of a Demon Attorney." Fabricating evidence, manipulating testimonies, covering up facts. The article said he'd do anything to get a guilty verdict. Anything.
But why? What happened? I mean, that's not the Edgy I used to know at all.
That's what I thought too. Tried to get in touch with him I don't know how many times. He never replied.
I guess he didn't want to see his old friends.
I couldn't just drop it though. I wanted to meet him, to learn why he had become who he became. That's when I decided.
Yeah? Wait, you don't mean... That's why? That's why you became a defense attorney? To meet Edgeworth?
If I was a defense attorney, I knew he'd have to meet me whether he wanted to or not. In court. Edgeworth believed in me, and I believe in him. He's in pain, and no one's on his side. I'm the only one who knows the real Edgeworth. I'm the only one who can help him.
Whoa,
So
man.
fucking, like, depressing.
So is that why you helped me out for free?
Yes. I helped you because I believed in you. Except I don't remember saying I do it for free.
Oh, Nick.
Nick! We have to save Mr. Edgeworth if it's the last thing we do, okay?
Right. It may very well be.
Plus, there's a rental boat shop caretaker. We need to find out who or what he is.
I'd settle for who?
I'd settle for who. I guess I can clean out some of this evidence I no longer need. Okay, let's go!
How about that, Ford Lake Park.
And drugs.
Hey, pal, long time no see.
Oh, Detective Gumshoe.
Close one today. I got so worked up I snapped my tie in half.
Sorry about that.
No problem, pal. Thanks to you, we who really did it.
You mean the boat shop caretaker?
Look, I'll make you a promise. I'll have that scoundrel in my custody by trial time tomorrow. Come what may. It's my duty to you as a police officer. Now I must catch me a criminal.
Detective Gumshoe sure is active today.
One other thing. No one can go into the woods today.
The woods?
Mulatto's camping?
The woods are off limits to camping, and apparently the park ranger found out. He got pretty mad. No one can go in for a while.
I guess Lotta's in a lot of trouble.
Boo! Boo! Don't quit your day job, Maya. Anyway, I'll be seeing you tomorrow.
Nah, that's just a terrible, terrible pun. You know where you're going.
I know where I think I'm going.
Okay. Well, somebody knows where you're going. Oh, Steel Eyesore is missing.
That's a very accurate name for it.
Steel Eyesore is missing.
Eyesore!
Looks like the hot dog stand is closed too. No,
Gee, I wonder why. It couldn't have anything to do with the cannibal dog.
Yeah, I guess Larry's too busy worrying about Edgeworth to show up for work.
Cannibal! I still can't get over that.
I think you didn't enjoy that one. Oh, you can do that.
That's where I thought I was going.
Let's go.
Seemed like the logical place to go first.
That old caretaker got away.
Yup.
I never imagined he might be the real murderer.
Gee, I wonder who that could be. I'd know that clearing of the throat anyway.
Hello. What might you be doing here? Out for a walk. Oh, the days of my youth, like the scent of fresh lemons.
Mr. Grassberg! This is no time for idle reminiscing. Mr. Edgeworth's trial ends tomorrow.
That is true, yes. But from what I saw of today's trial, Edgeworth should be fine, right?
Well, I'm not so sure about that.
Oh, what do you mean by that?
Well, I'm not sure.
If you find anything out, come by my office at once. I may be able to offer you some assistance.
Thanks. Bye.
What do you think Mr. Grassberg was doing here anyway?
Who knows? I don't know why you're examining every fucking thing. Duty's in. Caretaker's a shock.
Nobody's home.
Hello? Hello? Ouch. That hurts my throat doing that.
Hey, it's Polly. I wonder where your owner's gone, Polly.
Hello? Hello?
Can't believe he'd run off and leave his poor parrot to fend for herself.
Hello? Hello? I can't keep doing that.
Maybe I should take care of Polly.
You probably shouldn't just kidnap her. Please know that anyway. I'm sure they'll do something.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Polly. He says I can't take you.
Okay, now the bird's gonna hate me. My head's kind of an idiot.
Dumb as a stump on occasion.
You really think I need to talk about Kotetsu?
What?
Kotetsu. Ah! What's wrong? Of course. Of course. I know something that you don't know.
What?
Should be blatantly obvious. There's one blatant obvious clue you're missing. Don't kick yourself when you see it. Yeah, how did you not forget the fucking safe?
Polly here has limited safe, right?
Holly, what's the limited safe you get to be the fucking parrot now?
Nope, you already established yourself as a parrot.
I did, but I'm also not killing my voice for the fucking parrot.
You get to be the parrot. You volunteer.
You're shit, right?
And she
Do you believe in rock hard determination, Brock? I'm sure there isn't any money in it.
Aww. But hey! The keys are locked, right? So there must be something of value in there.
I'm not so sure.
Okay, Nick, let's see what's in there.
I guess there might be a clue or two. The only thing in here is a letter.
A letter? Oh, boring!
There's no name or signature on this thing. It's handwritten in very precise, clear letters. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. Edgeworth?
Nick! How would Mr. Edgeworth's name be on here?
How should I know? I'm gonna read the whole thing. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. It also says this is your last chance. Now is the time to get revenge on the two men who ruined your life. The rest of the letter goes on to describe the murder plot in detail. How to kill Robert Hammond and frame Edgeworth. Calling Edgeworth out to the lake, getting on the boat, firing twice. This is exactly what I figured out today in court. It's all here in perfect detail.
What do you think it means, Nick?
I don't know, but it looks like these are instructions for that caretaker. When he killed Robert Hammond and called out Edgeworth, he was following instructions.
But who could have written that letter? And what does it mean to get revenge on Miles Edgeworth?
Look, I don't know, okay? One thing's for certain. This letter is an amazing clue. Where are you going now?
was trying to go to Grossberg's.
We probably have to go somewhere else to go.
I figured something out. If this comes up, you've gone to the right place.
Not necessarily.
That's not about the 10 that's not hard.
You look as grim as always.
Mr. Edgeworth, I heard the story about the class trial.
Class trial? What do you mean?
You don't remember?
No, I don't.
Your lunch money was stolen, wasn't it, in 3rd grade?
Lunch money? Oh, right. Yes, I seem to remember something like that.
I call bullshit.
Nick, I think you're the only one who really remembers.
Well, it probably only really mattered to me anyway.
Mr. Edgeworth, didn't you know? That trial was the reason Nick became a defense attorney.
Shut up, Maya.
Ridiculous.
Gee, thanks.
That said, it does sound like the kind of thing you do. You haven't changed a bit, have you? So it's your fault.
Well, maybe, yeah, but I think you changed too much, Edgeworth.
Perhaps. Yep.
Hey, Edgeworth, why did you become a prosecutor anyway? You used to look up to your dad. You said you wanted to be a defense attorney, right?
I couldn't let myself deny reality like
What do you mean?
my father was taken from me, and you want me to defend criminals. I'm sorry, Wright, but I'm not that good of a person.
When the suspect was apprehended in your father's murder, right?
Yes, the man trapped in the elevator with my father. His name was Yanni Yogi. He had to be the shooter any way you look at it. Yet he was found innocent. That defense attorney got him off the hook.
That would be Robert Hammond.
On that day 15 years ago, the 3 of us were trapped in that elevator for 5 hours. When we were rescued, we all suffered oxygen deprivation. I had lost all memory of the murder.
You lost your memory.
Now I can't recall what happened in that elevator. That was the crux of Yogi's attorney's argument in court. He claimed Yanni Yogi had been not of sound mind due to the oxygen deprivation. Yogi was released due to a lack of evidence. Innocent. That's when I changed my mind. I started to hate defense attorneys.
What's your relationship with Von Carmen?
He's my teacher and a man who deserves respect. I learned everything I know of courtroom techniques from him.
So he's like my sister was to you, Nick.
He is a perfectionist in all things. Court, his personal life, he is obsessed with doing everything perfectly.
Perfectly, huh?
In all the cases he has taken, none were left unsolved. And not one suspect was declared innocent, ever.
But that's...
I know. It's possible some of his suspects were indeed innocent. However, it is impossible for us to accurately determine that in every case.
I've done that.
All Von Karma does is his job, to find the suspect guilty. Perfectly.
I call bullshit.
In any case, it's nigh well impossible to find a weakness in him. Should a weakness appear, he would do everything in his power to make it go away.
Edgeworth, what you're saying is true. You're headed for a guilty sentence tomorrow.
Right! Now's not the time to praise the enemy, Mr. Edgeworth.
It's a strange situation in which I find myself out of it.
No kidding. Edgeworth, see this letter? This came out of the safe in the shack where that boat caretaker lives.
I see. Revenge? On me?
Who is that old guy anyway?
I don't know.
Could he be an innocent defendant you got declared guilty or something?
Nice, right? But I don't remember that old man. Not at all.
So he was following this letter that...
Which means there was someone else behind it. Now it's time to get revenge. Two men. Myself and Robert Hammond.
It also says this is your last chance.
Last chance. Wait, maybe. Maybe he's talking about the statute of limitations and the DL6 incident.
Wait. Wait, that old man.
Oh, what is it? Do you know who he is?
Yogi. Could he be Yogi?
Yogi?
Suspect in the DL6 incident. The one who was found innocent. Johnny Yogi was a court bailiff at the time. We just happened to be in the elevator together 15 years ago. The quake was incredibly strong. Before I knew it, everything was dark. We were there for so long it felt like forever. Air thin, darkness closed in on us, magical months. We became unsettled. Help! I can't breathe! Quiet, I said quiet. You're
Not making this any easier.
I want to get out loud.
Help, get us out.
Don't shout. You'll just use up more oxygen.
That's all I remember. When I came to, I was in a hospital bed, staring up at the ceiling. In court, Johnny Yogi's mental condition was called into question. They claimed the oxygen deprivation and stress had caused temporary insanity. In the end, the claim passed the court, and Yogi was found innocent.
But isn't that strange? This letter tells him to get revenge on Edgeworth. Why would he want to take revenge on you?
Right.
Yeah.
There's something that's been troubling me these last few days. I didn't know whether or not I should tell you.
You mean the nightmare?
It's a nightmare. A memory of a crime.
The crime you committed.
The crime you committed.
I think the time has come to tell all. For the last 15 years, I've had the same dream almost every night. I wake up in a fearful sweat every time.
What kind of dream? Is it a sex dream?
It's a dream about my father's killing in the dark.
Oh.
Help, I can't breathe.
Quiet. I said quiet. You're not making this any easier.
I want to get out. Help, get us out.
Don't shout. You'll use up more oxygen.
I can't breathe. You're using up my air.
What?
Stop breathing my air. I'll stop you.
Well, what? What are you?
Stop breathing my air!
No. Father. He's attacking Father.
Then I see the pistol lying by my feet. I don't know if it was evidence from that day in court or the bailiff. In a daze, I pick up the pistol. Get away. And get away! Get away from my father! Bang! Wag! And with that scream, I wake. It's a bone-chilling scream. A scream that has rung in my ears for the past 15 years. Yo,
But that's just a dream, right? Right?
that thought is the only thing that has kept me sane for the last 15 years. But what if I'm wrong? What if it's real? They say that sometimes people shut out memories in self-defense. Maybe it was I who killed my father.
What?
When you think about it, that way this letter makes sense. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. Think about it. Yogi was really innocent. That's why he wanted revenge against me.
Wait, Edgeworth, you mean?
It was me. I was the true criminal of DL6. I shot my father.
This is bad.
What are we gonna do, Nick? What can we do?
I don't know. I don't think there's anything we can do, like it or not. If there's someone else who knows a lot about the DL6 incident, maybe.
There's Nick! There is someone else who knows about DL6.
Gee, I wonder who the hell they're talking about. You think he'd still get his painting back eventually, but yeah.
December 27th.
Grossberg, law offices. Mr. Grossberg!
Oh, hello there. What's wrong? You look troubled.
No kidding! I can't believe you're not.
My. Just calm down and tell me what's happening.
It's Mr. Edgeworth.
I see. So, Edgeworth drank his shot,
It's only a dream. Only a dream.
I wonder. Yo,
What?
if that's the case, then why do you two look so troubled?
No, well,
Also, consider this. Yogi quite certainly holds a deep grudge against Miles Edgeworth. So deep, he'd want to frame him for murder. This leads me to surmise that Mr. Edgeworth's dream was not a dream, it was real, as you imagined. Miles Edgeworth threw the pistol to save his father. The pistol fired, and the deed was done.
no. I don't believe it.
Yogi was suspected of murder, and his career as a bailiff was irrevocably wrecked. Thus he sought revenge on Miles Edgeworth. This was his last chance, of course, with the statute of limitations so close.
What do you know about Edgeworth's father?
He was a defense attorney without peer. Sounds trite. It's true. Well, he may have had one peer, now that I think about it. Your mentor. Mia Fey.
My sister?
Gregory Edgeworth was very disapproving of Mr. Von Karma's techniques.
That's not surprising.
Von Karma is an extreme man. He forged testimonies and evidence. Forged testimonies and evidence are nothing to him. The result, he has a perfect win record in court. To beat him, Gregory Edgeworth tried to call attention to his methods. He lost, and died in despair, as it were. When Gregory Edgeworth was killed, the police called on a spirit world. That was your mother, Misty Fey.
I'm Gregory Edgeworth. I have been killed. The one who shot me was the bailiff Yanni Oge.
Yet Yogi was found innocent.
That's where my mother left us. Everyone called her a fraud.
That's right, everyone thought she was, you see. Yet, now that I think about it, it seems the one who lied was Gregory Edgeworth's ghost. Gregory Edgeworth must have known who shot him. I don't believe it.
I don't believe it. So you're saying he falsified his testimony? That Edgeworth's dad lied to protect his son?
It's only a possibility, mind you. But a possibility nonetheless.
See, I know what happened, but do you? Do you think he lied to protect his son?
I don't think there's anything else to show here.
I'll bet money against you on that. Jeez, I was wondering if you would figure that one out.
He might recognize the handwriting. Oh, so this is a letter. It does seem that Yogi was following this letter. When he killed Hammond.
But why kill Robert Hammond?
Hammond was a skilled defense attorney. But he defended clients not for their sake, but for his own.
Huh? His own sake?
He never trusted his clients, that one. The only thing he trusted was his own ability.
But he got his client found innocent, so why should it matter?
Actually, my dear, it's quite different. He won that innocent verdict for no one but himself. Yogi was a free man, but socially he was ruined.
Huh?
Sorry,
You understand soon enough. Wait,
What is it?
this letter. I've seen this handwriting somewhere before. a long time ago. Whose handwriting was this? Do you have any idea who wrote this?
I know, I do.
I do too.
Bet you it was on Karma. It could be Manfred on Karma.
Von Karma? Why would he have something to do with this?
Well, I'm not sure.
Von Karma! Von Karma! Wait, you're right, my boy. This is Von Karma's handwriting, I'm sure of it. I used to see it all the time on court reports. The first clue to anyone who hasn't had this case foiled like I have, is that it's absolutely perfect handwriting. What if they...
I didn't even think about that at the time. I was just like, well, it can't be Miles and it can't be Yogi's, because why would he write a letter to himself?
Yeah.
You remember all that.
Exactly, because... Yeah, Von Karma, they keep hammering on you. He's a perfectionist.
Perfectionist, yeah. That should tell you something.
Yeah.
What? But that means the one who told Mr. Yogi to kill was...
Correct. Manfred Von Karma himself.
What does this mean then? Why would Von Karma want to frame Edgeworth? I know why.
I do too. Remember,
Are you done talking to him? I don't think you're done talking to him, dipshit.
Oh yeah.
I just gave new evidence.
If it truly was Von Karma who wrote this letter, then he would know the truth. He would know that Miles Edgeworth had accidentally killed his own father. He'll say as much tomorrow in court, I should think. He'll press the point until the court finds Miles Edgeworth guilty.
Oh no. But how could Von Karma know about Mr. Edgeworth's past like that? Even Mr. Edgeworth thought it was just a nightmare.
That I do not know. Yet I do know that Von Karma is both persistent and a perfectionist. He may be seeking to satisfy a grudge against Gregory Edgeworth by hurting his son.
What do you mean?
It was 15 years ago. Von Karma met Gregory Edgeworth in court, and Von Karma did win, but he didn't make it through the trial unscarred.
What happened in the trial between Edgeworth's dad and Von Karma?
Von Karma got the guilty verdict he wanted, he won the trial, but Gregory Edgeworth accused Von Karma of faulty evidence. And though he lost the trial, Mr. Edgeworth's accusation stood.
Faulty evidence?
It was the only penalty Von Karma has ever received in his career as a prosecutor. Gregory Edgeworth dealt a blow to his perfect trial record.
Wow.
It must have been quite a shock for Von Karma. He took a vacation for several months after that, you see. A
vacation?
Yes, an unusual event for the man. That was the first and the last vacation he's taken in his many years of prosecuting.
Really? He doesn't take vacations? Like, go to the sea or to the mountains? Don't tell me he's never been to Europe! You have strange ideas about vacations, man.
In any case, that was the only time he took a vacation from work. I believe the penalty upset him quite a bit.
Odd. If he wanted to keep a perfect record so badly, why would he take such a long vacation? What do we do, Nick? Von Karma is going to bring up DL6, you can bet on it. But if Mr. Edgeworth pleads guilty to DL6, I won't let him.
Yes, Mr. Wright. I hate to say this, but even accidental murder is murder, you know.
I know that. I just believe in Edgeworth's innocence. I can't believe he'd kill someone. But Nick! Mr. Edgeworth admits it himself. His father must have lied to protect him from beyond the grave. I don't care. I know he's not guilty.
Mr. Wright, if you say so, I suppose I could go check again. The police files might hold something of interest.
Mr. Grossberg, thank you.
I can't promise anything. In fact, I think the chances of finding something are slim.
I understand. Police materials.
Because apparently you can't go there from Grossberg's. Don't ask me why.
Because it's, I don't know, pathways.
Criminal affairs.
Criminal affairs. There's hardly anyone here. Everyone must be out looking for the old guy. Yogi. Joe! I don't think Gumshoe will be coming back today. He's staying out late looking for someone.
Sounds like Detective Gumshoe is pounding the pavement for real. We were wondering if you could check out the record room again?
Well, no, I can't have just anyone wandering around in there. But I guess Mr. Von Karma's in there now anyway. You can go in as long as he's there.
Von Karma?
Yes, he should ride, actually. Here comes the record room.
Nick, let's hurry! Just as always.
We were only here just yesterday. I'm sure they just haven't had time to clean.
What's wrong, Nick?
Nothing. I was just noticing that he isn't here. Von Karma. That's not there, you idiot. Well, obviously, with something wrong. It wasn't like this yesterday.
Oh, one of the drawers here is open.
Someone must have been looking in it recently.
The label says unsolved cases evidence.
Unsolved cases.
Nick! The file with the 06 is completely empty!
What?
What are you doing in here?
Nick! Von Karma!
You! How do you know my name?
Huh?
Have we met?
What are you saying? We see each other every day, don't we? The Miles Edwards defense team.
Defense team? I beg your pardon. You see, I rarely remember defense attorneys. They are like bugs to me, needless things to be crushed.
I can see how this guy was Edgeworth's mentor.
Mr. Edwards is your student, right?
A romanticist who still can't shed that veneer of amateurism. Just like his father, always second-rate.
Stop rocking.
Mr. Von Karma.
Mr. Von Karma, you had an axe to grind with Mr. Gregory Edgeworth, didn't you?
Me? A grudge? Against a mere defense attorney? Why?
Because he dealt a blow to your otherwise perfect trial record? So you did. But what I don't get is, why did you take his son under your wing afterwards? The son of your most bitter rival.
That, my dear attorney, is none of your business. Tomorrow will be the last day of this trial. It's been a while since I've had a defense attorney last this long. Still, you will lose in the end. Excuse me, I have a call.
Oh, well, we're taking that minor break here. Leave a note what do you think's going on? Why is he so suspicious? Suspicious. And what is the floof? Why do prosecutors always have the ruffles? These they gotta be ruffly. It's also ruffly. They ruffle everybody. Ruffle. It's a lot of ruffles. It's a bunch of ruffles in the ruffles. For the ruffles. To do the ruffles. The potato chips. That's what they are.
Once we're off camera, I have something to let you know that you should be feeling very lucky. But anyway.
Yep. Continue.
Miles Edgeworth will admit his own guilt.
His guilt of 15 years ago, you mean?
You're quite the researcher. If you've done your homework so well, then certainly you must understand. You know what Miles Edgeworth will tell the court tomorrow.
We were right. So Von Karma is going to bring up the L6 in court tomorrow.
Should we show him the letter
It's
too?
up to you.
What do you think?
I know what we should do.
Well, then tell me if...
Yes, you have to show it to him. Mr. Von Karma, have a look at this. This was you, wasn't it? You instructed Yanni Yogi to commit murder.
Yanni Yogi? How many years has it been since I've heard him called by that? He is a fool. I told him to burn it after he read it.
So you did it! You wrote Mr. Yogi this letter.
Yes, my dear defense attorney. Thank you for taking the trouble to bring it to me. You saved me from a lot of needless hassle.
The what? Nick, what is that thing?
A stun gun. For self-defense, usually.
Indeed. 600,000 volts will course through your body like a dog touching an electric fence.
600,000.
Oh, don't worry. People don't die from it. Usually. Now give me the letter.
No!
No!
Well, what are you...
Nick, run! Ah!
Maya!
Out of my way.
Oh, he got us. The letter's gone, of course, and he took the DL6 evidence, all of it. Back to having no clues. Wait, Maya jumped first. Maya, is she okay? Maya! Maya, open your eyes! Maya!
The letter, did he take it?
Huh? Oh, yeah. Are you okay?
I couldn't stop him.
Yo.
I jumped as fast as I could, but one shot from that thing knocked me out cold. I'm useless.
Yo.
I'm no good as a lawyer or a medium. I can't even call my sister. Not even now when we need her the most. Wish I hadn't woken up at all.
Maya! There has to be somewhere I can help her. I better do something about her self-confidence first. Huh? She's holding something. What is that? A bullet? DL6 incident, evidence number 7, taken from the heart of Gregory Edgeworth. I remember. Von Karma was holding this when Maya jumped him. I'll prove it to you, Maya. You're most definitely not useless. I'll prove it to you in court tomorrow in my necklace. Who we could do?
I knew it was dumb to show him the thing.
Yep. But you had to do it.
Don't you hate when a game forces you to do a dumb?
Yep.
Where you're sitting there just yelling at the game like, that's stupid! Why would I do that?
Yep.
This is it. Judgment Day. Go ahead. Do it.
Dun, 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 dun.
You knew. You knew you wanted to do it.
Today the things are going to get settled at last. A lot of things.
Ah!
What's the big idea?
Sorry, Nick. I only touched your shoulder. I guess the shock hasn't worn off of our running with the stun gun yesterday. Anyhow, today's the last day of the trial. Good luck, Nick.
Yeah. Thanks, Maya. Edgeworth is looking glum as always. Hope Von Karma doesn't push him too hard. Whoa! Oh, wait, that's you.
Whoa! What are you doing?
Sorry. I'm sorry. I just thought I'd cheer you up with a pat on the back.
Maya, maybe you should go outside and discharge?
Right. Good idea.
Try not to electrocute anyone on your way out.
Whoa, yeah, pal! What's gotten into that girl?
We're about 600,000 volts. Take the gumshoe!
Morning, Mr. Edgeworth. Good morning. How did it go, Detective? Yo.
How did it go, Detective?
Have no fear. As promised, I've captured our runaway caretaker. I just brought him in. Took all night, pal.
Thanks, Detective Gumshoe. You must be tired.
Actually, after that shock I got on the way in, I feel pretty good.
Yogi says he's forgotten his own name. But it has to be a lie. Why would he want revenge on Edgeworth if he couldn't remember his past? Don't remember, and I'm gonna prove it.
It's about 10 a.m. District Courtroom number 3.
Court is now in session for the trial of Miles Edgeworth. Defense is ready, Your Honor.
Prosecution is ready.
Right, very well. We've reached the final day of our proceedings in this trial.
Oh my god. Getting another call. Here you go.
Well, I gotta pee.
Alright, we're gonna take a short recess.
I saw what you did there.
Yeah.
Yes, the defense is ready, except we had to go pee. That's what we had to do. We cannot control her own bladder. I apologize to those of you who are watching. Well, then luck you did not hear the pee. Oh, and it seems my co-host is back.
Understood.
I skipped something.
I think so. Come on, don't be awed into silence by every little thing he says. Very well, Mr. Von Kummer, your opening statement.
Right. Thanks to Detective Gumshoe's efforts, the boat rental shop caretaker has been arrested. In yesterday's trial, the defense asserted that the caretaker was the murderer. However, the caretaker has yet to confirm this.
How would he confirm it?
I would like to ask the defense to cross-examine him as much as necessary.
Very well. Please bring the witness into the courtroom.
Ladies and gentlemen of the court, I believe you all remember our witness. He lives in the boat rental shop on the lake from where he witnessed the incident. In addition, he has currently lost memory of his name and identity.
Witness, why did you run away yesterday?
The witness was not running away, as he will now testify.
I see. Very well. Please begin your testimony.
I'm really sorry about just leaving this yesterday like I did. But I wasn't running away or nothing. I went to buy some food for Polly, see? I figured I got nothing to do with this incident anyway. I mean, I need one of those motive things, right? And I don't got one. So my testimony yesterday stands as is.
Let's begin the cross-examination, shall we?
So, should I press first or
Whatever you think you need to do.
show evidence?
He has to know his name. Yanni Yogi. You're Yanni Yogi, and I'm going to prove it. Do you have evidence?
Let me take a look. I have this.
Is that evidence?
I think it will be at some point. I don't think he's the one who I'm going to play this
evidence against. Might use this against him at some point. But I'm just gonna start pressing everything.
What would be the point of pressing some of these stuff? Some of them are pointless. I mean, it's funny. I got the judge kind of as an idiot too.
Yo, Judge.
Might I say something, Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. You've been saying the same thing now over and over. You've been calling the witness's memory of the past, or their lack thereof, into question. But that does really have anything to do with the current case. Of course, Your Honor. The witness has said he has nothing to do with this case and no motive. Both of these statements are lies.
Yo.
Order! Order! Mr. Wright, there's a serious problem with your claim. Or are you saying you know who this witness is? Of course, Your Honor.
Now this is interesting. I would like to know myself. So, who is he?
Don't play dumb, Connor. Mr. Wright, please tell us this witness's name. His name is Johnny Yogi, a former court bailiff. Yogi? That name seems familiar. Oh! Johnny Yogi from the DL6 incident! I figure the judge would have heard of that. It's such a famous case. But what does this mean? Your Honor, if this man is Mr. Yogi, then he has a clear motive.
Just. Jumping to conclusions again, Mr. Wright. This witness is Johnny Yogi. Fascinating. However, how do you propose to prove this to the court? This is a court of law, as you may recall. You need proof. And allow me to repeat once more that the witness has lost his memory. This is it.
I can do something with this now. If I can't prove he's Yogi right here and right now, then I've got nowhere else to go.
Nick! How are you gonna prove it? How can you prove that he's Johnny Yogi?
It's okay. It's actually quite simple. Your Honor, please take this man's fingerprints. Then we'll compare them to the fingerprints on file for Johnny Yogi 15 years ago. I see. That makes sense.
Just.
Huh?
I'm so very, very sorry, Mr. Wright.
But why?
The witness has no fingerprints.
What? What? No fingerprints?
You see, before I worked as a caretaker, I worked at a chemical plant. I burned my fingers working with the stuff. Yep.
What? Yogi, you sneak. You burned your fingerprints off to hide your past. Well, the witness has no fingerprints. I guess we will not be able to prove his identity.
Tisk.
Why you keep skipping so fast?
Don't know.
You have to wait till I'm done saying the line.
Alright. Well, what will you do, Mr. Wright?
I
I have a crazy hunch. I'm gonna save before I act on my crazy hunch, but... It seems that this case has been decided, no?
No! I know what happened. I know everything. I just can't prove it. But no, I can't let it end like this. I can't lose. There has to be another way.
There is no one who can testify as to who this witness is. No one!
Nick, what am I gonna do? I didn't even consider that he might have erased his fingerprints. What do I do?
Tisk. Well, Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to cross-examine his parrot for a little comic relief, huh? That's exactly what I'm gonna do. Yeah, very funny. You're a sore loser.
Yeah, very funny. You're a sore loser. Stop reading my lines! Wait a second. Cross-examine his parrot. What is it, Nick? No, you're not going to. Your Honor.
Oh, God.
The defense would like to take Mr. Von Karma up on his proposal.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have officially entered an episode of Looney Tunes. I forgot how dumb this game can get sometimes.
Oh, it's even dumber. Take Mr. Von Karma up.
On my proposal?
Exactly, Your Honor. I would like to cross-examine the witness's pet parrot.
I've actually seen pictures of the parrot being cross-examined. That's how I knew that this was going to happen eventually.
Stop watching the fucking anime.
I wasn't watching the anime. I saw a picture of it from something while surfing the internet.
Stop surfing the internet. Order! Well, what do you think, Mr. Von Karma?
Did you even ask? This is a farce. I object.
Wait a second. You were the one who suggested I cross-examine the parrot, Von Karma. I have a right to do it as you suggested.
Well, if you're so then please be my guest. Of course, should you go through with this and nothing comes of it, then I hope you're ready for the consequences.
Hey, this is crazy.
Just crazy enough to work, Maya. Just crazy enough to work. Well, still want to go through with your little game?
Let the parrot take the stand. I will cross-examine her, Your Honor.
This is the most ridiculous thing I have ever heard.
Von Karma's read every person's testimony, every piece of evidence, except the parrot. She's my last chance. At least, I think so. Bailiff, bring in the parrot.
We're really doing this.
Yep. I know exactly what to do. It's not because I looked at it online. Please tell us your name. And you skipped shit again. Name. The witness is ignoring me. Must have to be ignored by a bird. Very well, witness. Who is your owner? Please testify for us. Certainly the most concise testimony we've had so far. Very well, begin your cross-examination. Right. What are you gonna do, Nick? I have no clue. What do we do, Maya? Maya, you talk to me.
What do I say?
Pick one.
I'm gonna go with the one I know will get a reaction.
Huh.
Have we forgotten something?
Are you sure? Alright, you're in charge of this one. I should get her to say your name. I'm not gonna read them at this point. Does it have anything to do with her owner's identity?
Of course.
It's up to you.
Does it matter?
Yeah, it does.
I'm not gonna tell you how it matters though.
Oh, fascinating. You claim that this parent's name will prove her owner's identity. Then show us this proof.
I know what proof it is. I know what proof it is. I know.
Don't you think?
Nick, don't you think you're taking this bucket a little too far?
Listen, we're not here to answer the question of who is the caretaker. We're here to prove that he is Yanni Yogi. All we have to do is tie the name Polly to Yogi. Yanni, the proof that the parent's name reveals the caretaker's identity is, and I already know which piece of evidence it is,
I'm not telling you that.
because this is the part where you have to figure it all out on your own.
Probably gotta be just gonna be the case 5.
I'm not telling you. It's all up to you.
Can't save, of course.
Nope.
Ha! Found it.
Did you?
Yes.
The DL6 case volume.
That's quite a large file you have there. Which page is this proof on, then? Show us or stop wasting our time.
Very well. Mr. Wright, please show us the page. Where in this file is the information connected to this parent's name? Let's see if we remember.
It's the last page, which is the suspect data.
It's on the suspect data page, yeah. It's fucking easy. This page is all the information about Yanni Yogi. That's how you can fucking remember it.
Yeah.
Right after he was arrested, his fiancée committed suicide, see? Indeed, it does say that, yes. What was his fiancée's name? Polly Jenkins. Polly?
I like how the
Exactly, Your Honor. He wanted to remember the name of his fiancée who had committed suicide. That's why he named his parrot after her. I see. I guess that is possible.
a mere coincidence. That's all. My granddaughter has a dog she calls Phoenix. Well, Mr. Phoenix, Wright, does this make you my granddaughter's fiancé?
She's only... Oh, that's your line.
She's only 7 years old.
Indeed. Although it is a little weak for evidence in the murder trial, we would need some other corroborating evidence. Where am I gonna find that?
Nick, we're getting closer. One more. We can just get one more piece of evidence.
Right. But what? Very well, witness. You may continue.
Pretty obvious.
It's obvious. What
You actually have to present a piece of evidence.
What do you think?
Should be obvious, dude. There's one important thing you're forgetting. What question have you not asked yet? What's the one piece of evidence? What's the one thing that could blow this case wide open? That's not the one you need to do. We love that though. Frankly, I can't believe they're just speaking to a parrot.
Yeah, you.
I'm not doing this. There's a reason. Tweet. You got blown out of your own game, didn't you?
I told you that was the question you need to ask. It would have been too obvious.
What?
If that actually worked, would have been too fucking obvious.
You're impressed or present evidence?
What do you think? What evidence do you have?
The parrot, but I don't think that seems kind of ridiculous.
What evidence do you have?
We have the case file, but I don't think that's going to work.
If you don't have evidence, you have to press them. You don't have evidence. I've established this multiple times. I get another same number to the safe. Oh, the safe? Why? Let's just try to get her to say anything. You think it has anything to do with the caretaker?
Actually, it does.
Oh?
Huh, ridiculous. How can the number to a safe tell us who the caretaker is? Show us your proof. What could possibly link this number to the caretaker's true identity?
It should be obvious.
Let me take a look. It's one of a few things. Yep, there it
It's
is.
just fucking obvious.
The DL6 case file? What is this obsession you have with that case?
Mr. Wright, where in this file is something related to that safe number? It's on the case summary page. The case summary? Specifically, the date on which the DL6 incident occurred. The date of the incident, December 28th. Why, that's today's date, 15 years ago. And the number on that safe is 1228.
Huh!
He used the date of the DL6 incident as a number for his safe, Your Honor. That's how important that date was to him. I see. It certainly is an interesting coincidence. People often do set their secret numbers to dates.
Bah! This is not tangible proof. I set my ATM card's number to 001 because I'm number one. This has nothing to do with the date. Nothing. Yo,
That's enough. I think we've reached a conclusion here.
this is a mere coincidence. That's all.
True, that is a possibility. However, two coincidences at the same time seems more like a pattern to me.
What are you saying?
Summon the caretaker of the boat shop.
Immediately. Yo,
Oh, did I miss a line?
Yeah, immediately.
Oh. Witness, tell us your name.
wait. This witness, he doesn't remember. No, it's okay.
Okay, you can no longer pretend like to be the old man. Because now he's no longer acting like old man.
I've accomplished what I wanted to do. I'm done.
Nick, he looks totally different. Kind of looks hot.
This is the real Yogi, I think. Finally. He's been acting feeble to hide his true identity. Acting for 15 years. Well, let me ask you again. Please state your name for the court.
My name is Yanni Yogi. 15 years ago, I served as a bailiff in this very court.
Yo.
Order! Order! Yanni Yogi, so was it you who killed Robert Hammond? And tried to frame Miles Edgeworth for his death?
Yes, it was me. I did it. They put me on the witness stand 15 years ago. Robert Hammond, he said I was mentally unsound. He told me it would make me innocent, get me off the hook. So I pretended to have brain damage. I was innocent, really, but he didn't believe me. We won the trial, but I lost everything. I lost my job, my fiancé, my social standing. Then this year, 15 years later, a package arrived. It was a letter and a pistol. The plan was written out in careful detail. It was a plan for me to take my revenge on the people who ruined my life. I didn't care who answered. I thought this was my chance. After 15 years, this was it. Finally, a chance to have my revenge on Robert Hammond and Miles Edgeworth. I have no regrets.
Wait a minute. Revenge against Miles Edgeworth? What do you mean?
I'm not at liberty to speak on that matter. Why don't you ask Mr. Edgeworth yourself? Anyway, I admit it. I was the one who killed Robert Hammond.
Uncomma. Where's Mr. Yogi?
Under arrest, Your Honor. I saw no room for error in his confession.
Then the defendant, Miles Edgeworth, is...
Innocent, in this case at least.
Very well. Will the defendant please take the stand?
This case has to be wrapping up soon.
There are a few mysteries left unsolved. Still, you are clear of suspicion for this particular case. So I would like to pass judgment on the murder of Robert Hammond. Any objections? I don't believe it. Why isn't Von Karma saying anything? Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, not guilty. This is too easy.
Much too easy.
That is all. This court is adjourned. I'm not telling you. Stop peeking over the shoulder, Ed.
Hey, if you get to look at the thing...
I'm allowed to look at it because I've beat this game before. Did someone just say objection? It wasn't Von Karma. Okay, but that means... No. Edgeworth!
Your Honor, I object to your judgment.
Get your finger out of my face!
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
I'm not innocent at all. As we've heard, Johnny Yogi killed Robert Hammond in revenge. But revenge for what?
Nick! Edgeworth is trying to confess! He's gonna say he's guilty! He's gonna tell them he was the murderer and the real success of it! He's gonna tell them he killed his dad!
What do I do? Does it matter? The judgment has already been passed. I object to Edgeworth's outburst.
Didn't something like this happen yesterday, too? I believe a certain witness raised an objection after a guilty verdict was passed.
That would be Larry.
You must hear this new statement. You must hear Miles Edgeworth. Yo.
He's right. We have a duty to hear Mr. Edgeworth out.
For 15 years, I have had a recurring dream. A nightmare. It is only a nightmare. That's what I told myself. But now I know. It wasn't a dream. Johnny Yogi wasn't the killer.
You mean in the incident where your father died?
From the distance of this shot, it wasn't suicide either. Everything was as clear as day. The murderer, the criminal in the DL6 incident, it was me. Your Honor, I confess my guilt. I am guilty for the DL6, the statute of limitations for which ends today. The culprit is me.
Order! Order! This is certainly unexpected. The defendant declared innocent is confessing to a different crime. Crime for which the statute of limitations runs out today. I'm not really sure how I should deal with this.
Bah! It's obvious. We hold a trial, right here, right now. We try this man for his crime of 15 years ago.
I think I would like to take a 5-minute recess. During this time, I will consider the appropriate course of action to take. Court is adjourned.
December 28th, 2:24 p.m. District Court defendant Babato. I'm sorry, Wright. I've just wasted all of your effort. Mr. Edgeworth, I just don't believe it, sir. I mean, you kill your dad. I didn't want to believe it myself, Detective. But it's the truth. I deserve to be punished. Murder is murder, no matter what the circumstances. This is crazy. Just crazy.
Nick? What are you doing?
Huh? Oh, I was just reading through the court record once more. I'm getting my case ready.
Your case? For what?
Huh? Isn't it obvious? I'm going to prove that Miles Edgeworth is innocent.
What are you talking about, pal? He just admitted to it. He confessed that he did it in court.
I'm sorry, Edgeworth, but I don't believe your nightmare.
Excuse me, I'm being called. Yeah? Dinner's being made. Do you do salad?
No.
Alright. What? No. No, I said it's being cooked. Alright, so what? It's just a
It's just a dream. It's not real. The truth is right here in this court record. In any case, tighten your belts. The real fight is just beginning. I'll prove you're innocent. Trust me.
Right. December 28th, 2:30 p.m. District Court. Courtroom number 3. No, I would like to...
Now then, I would like to resume our trial.
Judge! Miles Edgeworth has admitted his own guilt. He has confessed his crime. Let us begin by hearing his testimony. Then, though pointless, let the defense do their cross-examining. The statutes are to run this one by the book.
Wow. So he's basically admitted that he's an asshole. I see. Does the defense have any... No, Your Honor. Uncommon. You knew this was going to happen from the very beginning, didn't you? Very well. Will Miles Edgeworth take the stand? My foot just fell asleep. That's not good. Well, that's you.
Will the witness state his name and profession? Miles Edgeworth. I am a prosecuting attorney. Mr. Edgeworth, 15 years ago, you mistakenly killed your father, Gregory Edgeworth. Is this correct? It is correct. Then testify about this matter to the court.
Edgeworth was telling me about his dream yesterday. I noticed something. One detail didn't quite fit. That would be the key, but only if I can get it to work. Please, please, please. You know it doesn't fit?
That day, I had gone to the courtroom to observe one of my father's trials. We have to make this stop when we pick up somebody.
Yep, I figured.
As we went to leave, an earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator. My father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue. Just then, something heavy fell at my foot. I picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted them to stop. A moment later, there was a single gunshot, then a scream. It was a terrible scream. I remember it to this day. That's all.
And until now, you thought this memory was a dream?
We were stuck in that elevator for 5 hours. The oxygen in the elevator ran out, and I lost my memory of the events. Ah! The same claim Mr. Yogi has made.
Very well. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. Yes, Your Honor.
I know what my first instinct is.
Huh.
Well, we'll see if there's anything to my first instinct.
What's your first instinct? first instinct?
Well, my first one was, there's something heavy falling at his foot, and where did it come from all of a sudden?
Obviously it was the pistol dumbass.
I'm just gonna keep pressing. Take a look here. Ha!
Finally find it?
He only remembers one shot, but the gun was fired twice.
Okay.
Is that it?
Do you think that's it?
Let me save in case I'm wrong.
You remember the rule we had. You can't just save willy-nilly anymore. At this point, there is no more saving anymore, mid-case. Unless we have to leave it for some reason. Are you sure you only heard one gunshot?
Yes, I'm sure of that. I heard the shot and the scream. Then everything faded. I was unconscious until the rescuers came.
Go see. No, Your Honor. Unfortunately, you don't. Look at this file one more time. This plainly contradicts the witness's testimony.
You do enjoy dragging out that file, don't you? I don't accept this evidence unless you can tell us what page it's on. Which page contradicts Mr. Edgeworth's testimony?
Look at the victim data in this file. It says it quite plainly. The murder weapon was fired twice. Miles Edgeworth only heard one gunshot, yet the murder weapon was fired twice. The first shot was the accidental firing when the pistol was thrown. So who fired the remaining shot? Was there perhaps another shooter who fired that second shot?
Your Honor, as I'm sure you're aware, this incident occurred 15 years ago. The evidence is dated. The pistol did fire twice. However, we do not know when that second shot was fired. It might have been fired the day before the incident. There is no proof that the second shot had anything to do with this incident.
What? I see. You do have a point, Mr. Wright. The murder weapon was fired twice, as we have heard. One of those shots was fired by the defendant, a boy at the time. Do you have any proof that the other shot fired had something to do with the case?
Do we?
Do you think we do? How about the evidence, remember? Do you have any evidence that says a shot was fired?
I don't know, do I?
I'm not telling you.
What? Impossible!
Thank you, Alan. Now, Mr. Montgomery, save your surprise for after you've seen the evidence. Very well, Mr. Wright. Show us your proof. Do you have evidence that the second firing of the pistol is related to this incident?
Not in the case report. We're done with that. Yep, I see it.
Do you?
There's a hole in the elevator.
Up there. Look at this photograph. Look at this photograph. Do you see the contradiction in it? This is a photograph of the scene of the crime 15 years ago. I can see that the victim lying there is Gregory Edgeworth. This proves that the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. This photo proves it. So let me get this straight. This photo proves 2 shots were fired. Where? Please get a clue. That should be obvious. The contradiction is here. Let's see, a bullet hole in the door. Your Honor, Gregory Edgeworth was killed by a shot from the pistol. Yet there is also a bullet hole in the elevator door. We also know that the murder weapon was fired twice. Thus, someone other than Edgeworth fired that second shot. Order! Order! Mr. Wright, what are you driving at?
Yo.
It's simple, Your Honor. Stop looking and fucking...
I saw something flashing on the bottom of the screen.
Because it's not guilty. It doesn't fucking matter. I already said my line. At the time of the incident, 2 shots were fired. One went into Gregory Edgeworth's heart. The other hit the elevator door. Remember that the defendant lost consciousness after the shot he fired rang out. In conclusion, we must agree that the second shot was fired by someone else. Mr. Wright, but who could that someone else be? The murderer, of course.
I knew I should have stepped in before your wild fantasies got out of hand. Mr. Wright, look once more at the DL6 case file. Look closely. Try the case summary page.
Yo.
Take a look at the case summary. That's on page 1. Go ahead, take a look at it. Trying to see what he's trying to get to.
No clues found on the scene.
That's what he's gonna call it.
Yeah.
Not a single clue was found on the scene. If the pistol had indeed been fired 2 times, then the other bullet would have been discovered on the scene.
I know what happened. He does have a point.
That second bullet has never been found. Why? Because the second bullet does not exist.
Yeah, it does. It's in my pocket.
The bullet that claimed Gregory Edgeworth's life was the one fired by his own son. That is the truth of this matter. The whole truth. It was undoubtedly something else that made that bullet hole in the door.
Order. I will have order. Mr. Wright has proven one thing to us quite clearly, that the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. However, as Mr. Baumgartner says, the second bullet fired was not found. It is highly unlikely that the police merely overlooked this second bullet. So all we have is the single bullet fired. I'm afraid I have to discount the defense's claim.
Tisk, tisk, tisk. I praise the judge for his wisdom in this matter.
How did this happen? I don't believe that the second bullet didn't exist. Was I wrong? Have I been wrong about this whole incident?
What are you doing, Nick? Why aren't you raising an objection?
Sorry, man.
What?
It looks like I was wrong.
Nick!
If the second bullet wasn't there, then all my conjectures are for nothing.
No! But you said you'd do it, Nick. You said you'd get Edgeworth declared innocent.
Sorry. It's just when I saw the photograph, I thought that 2 shots had been fired. I was so certain of it. I thought I'd won. I thought there was another person, someone else who fired the killing shot. But now, I was wrong to think it could be that simple. This case has stood unsolved for 15 years.
Nick!
Well, it seems that we've finally cleared up this incident. Only 1 bullet was found at the scene of the crime. That shot was fired by Miles Edgeworth.
Precisely.
I would like to ask one thing of Miles Edgeworth before passing my verdict. Have you been paying attention to the trial so far?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have any objections?
No, I do not.
So you killed your father, though that was not your intention?
Yes, I do.
No. He's accepted the guilt.
Very well. The statute of limitations on the murder of Gregory Edgeworth runs out today. Therefore, I must pronounce a verdict on the defendant today, right here.
Right now. Indeed.
Will you stop doing my line?
Oh, sorry.
Does anyone have any objections? My eyes are blank. I can't find the words. Mr. Wright? Your Honor, I object.
Tisk, tisk, tisk.
It doesn't really matter what you pick, man.
Mr. Wright, on what grounds do you object, hmm?
I don't know. His case is perfect.
No.
Gah!
It's yeah, of course, because she magically shows up to save our asses at the last second. What? What did you just say?
Nothing.
Second bullet must exist. But where?
Someone took it.
It seems.
Gee, Mia, I figured that out.
Waiting is not going to produce any answers from Mr. Wright. Wait, Your Honor. The second bullet. It existed. What? But we've just heard proof that it did not exist. I realize that, Your Honor. I'm really grasping here. It's just someone took it from the scene of the crime. That's what happened. But who? The murderer.
The murderer? Then tell us, just who is this murderer?
I'm still thinking about that one. So the criminal took the second bullet, but why? Huh? First of all, how would they have found it? It's not easy to find a stray bullet, Mr. Wright. Was there some pressing need for the murderer to search for that bullet? Really? Why would they look for it?
I was trying to say that he had to find it.
Why? You have no evidence. You just fucked yourself up.
Well, then I'm going to reload.
No, because you didn't save it for a specific purpose. You have to follow through with what you have. And we can't reload during this at all. You gotta think about what you're doing first.
Oof.
It was a special bullet, so they took it with us. You are an idiot. Why do you think about this? Why would he have to find it?
Because the murderer had to find it. Because
Why?
Because
what pressing need did the murderer have to search for it? He didn't.
Yeah.
He didn't need to find it. That's the answer to that question. What would the murderer spend time looking for? I haven't got a clue. Because you don't have any evidence to support why he needed to take it. Or why he had to look for it.
Bah! The murderer had no reason to take that bullet. You don't want to admit it, but it's true.
That's right. He had to take it. What does that mean?
You're thinking
To know. Think crazy. Think why the bullet was taken. Think why the bullet had to be taken. That's what your fucking thinking is wrong. Yes, Your Honor. I have no idea what I'm doing. Oh, well, the murderer had no intention of taking the bullet from the scene. But the murderer had to take the bullet. Had to, Mr. Wright? What do you mean? Well, for instance... Instance what? Maybe the bullet hit the murderer. The bullet hit the murderer. Just saying, for instance. I mean, if it hit you, you would have to take it with you, wouldn't you? It's not like you could perform surgery right there. You know? You know, as crazy as that sounds, that makes sense.
Wait a second.
I was just talking off the top of my head, but what if that's really what happened? Let me get this straight. So at the time of the murderer themselves was shot, and they left with the second bullet still inside of them. Thus leaving only one bullet at the scene of the crime. Yes, I guess that's how it would work, yeah. But there's a problem with that. The other two people rescued from that elevator, Miles Edgeworth and Yanni Yogi, were both unharmed. So that would mean the murderer came from outside. Yes! Human victims at the elevator. Then the murderer opens the elevator door and sees the man inside. Mr. Wright, you are truly the most unpredictable defense attorney I've ever known.
Oh, it was Phoenix.
Probably. I can tell you're grasping, yet I cannot deny the possibility of what you say.
What are you saying? Deny it! Deny it! No one involved with the incident was wounded! There was no murderer!
No one was wounded at the time of the incident. He's right. I can't think of anyone.
Hey, Nick,
Huh?
I just thought of something really crazy.
Crazy?
Remember what Mr. Grossberg said yesterday?
Gregory Edgeworth dealt a blow to his perfect trial record.
Wow.
Must have been quite a shock for Von Karma. He took a vacation for several months after matches. Yes, an unusual event for the man. That was the first and last vacation he's taken in his many years of prosecuting. What if Von Karma? Well,
What if Von Karma didn't take that vacation because of shock?
But took it because he was injured.
yeah.
Which would mean
It could only mean one thing.
he was the murderer in the L6 incident.
He was the man who shot Gregory Edgeworth. God, that name is really fast.
It was Von Karma.
Oh man. Yo.
Oh man! Something wrong, Mr. Wright. You seem dazed. No, Your Honor. Well, you haven't indicated the possibility that the murderer came from outside. Can you give us the name of your suspect? Uh-oh. Should I come out and say it now?
Yep.
Oh my god.
We'll be down shortly. We have to wrap something up. Say it now.
Yep. Your Honor, there's a suspect. One lone suspect. Well, this is certainly interesting news. Very well, Mr. Wright. Who is your suspect? My hands are shaking. The what? Von Karma!
Von Karma?
Tweet. You mean the Von Karma, the prosecutor? The one standing right over there?
Bah!
You don't object.
I see no need. Why honor this ridiculous outburst with my objection?
Because you took a vacation for several months starting the day after the incident. Yet you pride yourself on a perfect record. Why would you take such a long vacation without any reason?
You're claiming that I took a vacation to heal my injury from the incident. Fascinating. Prove it. I would have needed surgery, no? Where did I go under the knife at Mr. Wright? Bring the doctor that operated on me. Have him testify.
Nick, let's find out who his doctor is.
It's no use.
Edgeworth?
I know Von perhaps too well. He's perfect. He wouldn't leave clues. He probably didn't undergo surgery. That would leave a doctor as a witness.
Nobody's that perfect.
So what, Nick? Did Von Karma pull the bullet out by himself?
Yes, that's exactly what he did. Because the bullet you found was the one he got shot with.
That's insane.
No, we couldn't have. You can't just pull bullets out of yourself. Which means it leaves one option. And I know what that option is. The bullet has to be somewhere, but where? I know where it's at.
Still in him. Yep. Metal detector.
I knew that coming handy again.
Can you produce evidence to prove that I was shot?
Yes we can.
All right.
I'll prove it. And I'll even use evidence. I know how you like it so much.
What? The evidence that proves
Proves that Von Karma was shot is the metal detector. Von Karma is perfect. He would risk surgery leaving an evidence trail. So then I ask, where's that bullet now? I think it's unlikely that Von Karma performed surgery on himself. You don't mean? I do. There's the possibility that bullet is still inside Von Karma. By the way, that bullet you've been harping about is the one that was pulled from Gregory Edgeworth, idiot. It says in the fucking description. Is that even possible for all these years? Well, there's one way to find out. We could use this metal detector. Well, Von Karma, I'm going to run this over you and see what we find.
I refuse!
You refuse? What refusing this means You acknowledge that the bullet is still inside you. Order! 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 Your Honor, the defense requests that we be allowed to use a metal detector to get hurt yourself.
Yeah. Judge, I call for suspension of this trial. This is an invasion of privacy.
The statute of limitations runs out on this case today. It was you who said we had to end it right here, right now.
Enough!
I'll permit the use of the metal detector. Mr. Von Gomer, you will submit yourself to testing.
Nick, what does this mean?
I don't know, but we have to give it a shot.
Outburst time.
Nope, there's a specific reason. Wait, something's inside his right shoulder. The bullet. Mr. Von Karma.
You! It was you! I was afraid this would happen, and so I remained silent.
No.
Indeed, there is a bullet in my shoulder. However, it has nothing to do with this incident.
What?
I was shot in the shoulder long before the DL6 incident. I claim that the bullet in my shoulder has no relation to DL6.
Well, Mr. Von Karma, can you prove that?
Prove? I have no obligation to prove anything. It is Mr. Wright who must prove something here, not I.
Mr. Wright? Well, can you prove it? Absolutely. Can you prove that the bullet in Von Karma's shoulder is from DL6?
Of course he can't. You don't have any of the DL6 evidence.
Thanks for giving us the clear, bitch. It's because you took it out of the record from yesterday.
With no proof, you cannot convict me of any crime. So sorry, Mr. Wright.
No, I'm the one who saw him, Mr. Von Karma.
What? What?
You were close. One day away from freedom. But you see, I have proof.
What?
Who would have thought you would dig your own grave trying to convict Edgeworth? I can link that bullet in your shoulder to the DL6 incident. And here's my final proof. Yeah, that'll be the one you use. That's a bullet.
Wait, did you get that?
This is the bullet used in the DL6 incident. This was taken from the heart of the victim, Mr. Gregory Edgeworth. The bullet is preserved quite nicely with all the ballistic markings intact.
Ballistic markings?
You may recall the term. It came up in the first trial 2 days ago. Ballistic markings and the fingerprints of a weapon.
Oh, go ahead.
All bullets found the government which the given.
What are you doing?
We're trying to walk into which one.
Hey, stop doing that!
I'm trying to scare this fucking shit now. It's what I do. I've changed his voice for the simple fact of speeding this up. It will go back to normal in the next one. We have 2 bullets in our possession. One, the bullet removed from Gregory Edgeworth's heart. And the other one, Mr. Von Gomer, is the one buried in your shoulder. We can analyze both bullets, then if the markings match. We would know that both bullets have been fired from the same gun. The very same pistol, in other words, the murder weapon that killed Gregory Edgeworth. Mr. Von Gomer, you will let us remove the bullet from your shoulder. Then we'll compare the ballistic markings to those on this bullet. And solve this case once and for all. Well, Mr. Von Karma?
I think he just turned into the Incredible Hulk. I'm not even gonna try with this. That scream. I've heard that scream before. Wait, I know. Help, I can't breathe. Quiet, I said quiet. You're not
making this any easier.
Stop breathing my air, I'll stop you.
Stop.
Stop breathing my air. Get away. Get away from my father. Bang. It's that scream I heard in the elevator 15 years ago. Von Karma, It was you who screamed!
Get your finger out of my face, Mr. Von Karma.
Edgeworth! Edgeworth! Only you would dare defy me! So it was you. You and your father are my curse! Your father shamed me with a penalty on my record, and you left a scar on my shoulder that would never fade. I'll bury you! I'll bury you with my bare hands! Death! Death! Chief Prosecutor, I am sorry.
Oh, come on! It's not like you to make this kind of error. I would never have thought that Edgeworth would be the one to catch you.
I was careless.
I'm sorry, but you will have to be penalized. I've covered for you in the past, but not this time.
Edgeworth! It was a shock like none I had ever known. Me, penalized! It took hours for me to regain my composure. Suddenly, I found myself in the darkness. I was in the court records room. I must have wandered in there without thinking where I was going. The room was pitch black. The lights must have gone out. I went out into the hall and felt my way to the elevator. I pressed the button, but nothing happened. Then there was a noise. I was in pain, a horrible, burning pain in my shoulder. Just then, the lights came back on. The elevator door opened before my eyes. I saw 3 people inside, all laying unconscious from oxygen deprivation. Much to my surprise, a pistol lay at my feet. I knew that it was my destiny. In his last moments, Gregory Edgeworth was still unconscious. He died, never knowing who had shot him. Later, he spoke through a medium blaming Mr. Yogi. He was fooled. It was the perfect crime.
Maybe that actually was.
Tisk, tisk, tisk. Who would have thought another man would have come to open that elevator door? Judge.
What?
What are you doing? Do your job. Bring an end to this miserable charade. Now, end it.
Very well. It appears that we've come a very long way to the end of this maze. 15 years later, Mr. Miles Edgeworth.
Yes, Your Honor.
You were innocent. You are innocent. As you said, it was all a nightmare.
Yes, Your Honor.
This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, not guilty.
Yay! It's a party!
There's going to be a point where you have to present a bullet again.
Ah.
That is all. This court is adjourned. I don't know when.
December 28th, 5:38, District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2.
Nick! Nick! He did it! Did you see his face? Uncommon looked even paler than usual. He's pretending to be all cool, but inside you crushed him, Nick. Crushed him! I gotta say, I'm impressed.
It was pretty close, though. I was sure we'd had it.
I know, I was on the verge of tears the whole time myself. And now it's all just a good memory.
So, it's finally over, Edgeworth.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how to say this.
I know. Try thank you.
I see. Thank you, Wright.
You're welcome.
I think you could have done it better than that.
Sorry, I'm not good at this sort of thing.
You got a lot to learn, Edgeworth.
She's got you there.
Whoa! Amazing, pal. You pulled through just like I thought you would. I'll never forget this. I owe you one, pal. And tonight, let's party. Dinner's on me. Yeah, my salary went down a bit this month. But who cares?
See, Mr. Edgeworth? You should take a lesson from Detective Gumshoe. That's how you say thank you.
I see. Whoa! I feel foolish.
Don't worry. Take a little at a time. You'll get used to it.
It's been 15 years since I've seen Edgeworth this unguarded.
Hey, y'all! Y'all were great there. That was you, thank you. Yo, Edgeworth, congrats! Thank y'all very much.
I knew you were innocent. Oh, sorry. That was weird. Yeah. I knew you were innocent from the start, Colt. Just look at you. You wouldn't stick your hand in the cookie jar even if no one was there. You were the witness on the first day of the trial, weren't you? Yeah, well, let bygones be bygones, eh? Speaking of which, what are you doing?
What are you doing now, Lana?
Who, me? I went back to college. I gave up trying to be an investigative photographer pretty quick.
Really? That's too bad.
Huh?
Huh?
Isn't that the hot dog guy from the park?
Huh?
It's over, Nick. My life is over.
Why the sad face, Larry? What happened now?
Oh, Nick, I'm not long for this world.
You don't look sick.
It's Fiancé. She's going to live in Paris. Paris, Nick! She's leaving me behind.
Should have seen that coming.
Yo, Edgy. There you are. Oh, yes, here I am. Congrats, Edgy. Here, a little gift from me in celebration. Celebration? That's unusual for you. Harry Butts, you come along tonight? My treat, pal. Thanks. Looking forward to it. Yo, Nick. That's the suit that questioned me. But he says treat. That's not a police talk for prison food, right? Right?
I think it'll be fine, Larry.
Right?
Yeah. What's up?
That envelope that Larry gave me, it's got money in it.
Well, yeah, that's not that strange. People give money away to celebrate sometimes.
It's $38, right?
Huh. What a weird amount. I mean, it's not a little, but it's not a lot either. $38 exactly?
Nick! Wasn't that exactly the amount of lunch money that was stolen from Mr. Edgeworth in school?
$38. No! No! Larry, it was true!
What are you so surprised about, right?
Huh?
Larry was absent that day from school, right? But that doesn't automatically rule him out as a suspect.
What?
Think back to that day 15 years ago. Larry took the day off, but he was bored, so he came into school anyway. Then he saw the money laying there, and the rest is history. I never was good at history. Edgeworth! Right, you may not know this, but we used to have a saying back in school. When something smells, it's usually the box.
I know.
Really, Wright? I'm surprised you didn't figure it out. Well, this sure is an unexpected turn of events, eh?
Edgeworth. You should have told me.
No, Nick. It was 15 years ago. Don't you think the statute of limitations has run out, Mr. Edgeworth?
I'd say so, yes. There you have it.
Where does that leave me? I became a defense attorney because of what you two did.
Well, you have always been something of an insufferable emotionalist. Yeah, and you get worked up too easily, too.
That sentence for both of you! Man, if only I'd known I'd become a prosecutor!
The same goes for me, only the other way around. For the longest time, I thought I might have killed my own father. I thought I might be a criminal. I became a prosecutor and thought to punish myself. If I had known the truth, I might have become a defense attorney after all.
Edgeworth.
Want to switch, Wright? Hey, y'all, line up. I'll take a photo.
Hey, photo time, let's go!
And after that, dinner on me.
Steve Gumshoe took us out on the town that night. We celebrated Edgeworth's newfound freedom, even though Edgeworth himself was still in detention. December 29th, 5:02 a.m. Wright and co-law offices. Whoa, I went a little overboard yesterday. My head hurts. Huh? It's still only 5 o'clock. Maybe I should go back to sleep. What's this? A letter?
Good morning, Nick. You were really impressive yesterday. Seeing you, it made me think about what I'm doing here. I'm a spirit medium, in training, of course. I wanted to help Mr. Edgeworth, too. I wanted to help you, but I couldn't. I was useless. So I decided to go back to my training. I'll become a full-fledged spirit medium for starters. I couldn't say it to your face, so I left this letter. Goodbye, Nick.
It's coming up before you do the bullet. Goodbye. What time is it? The first trains for the mountains have already left to the station! To the Phoenix Mobile. I guess I'm too late.
Hey! Nick!
Maya! So you're leaving?
Yeah, it's hard being a spirit lady if you can't talk to spirits. And I think you'll do fine without me, Nick. Be good, okay?
Hold it! Because you knew that was coming. Right!
What?
Yeah, we could have saved Edgeworth without you. Help.
Huh?
On the last day of the trial, I heard her. I heard Mia's voice.
You heard my sister?
Yes, only her voice, but still. It was at the very end when I thought we'd lost everything.
Oh, that's my sister for you. Detective Gumshoe helped Mr. Grossberg and even Larry. I'm the only one who couldn't help. I was useless, Nick.
But you were the one who stopped Von Karma, Maya.
Huh? I didn't do anything. All I did was wander around in a daze.
Sorry, but I have evidence that you helped.
Evidence?
This is where you show it to.
A bullet?
Von Karma was convinced he had taken all of the evidence pertaining to DL6. But you were the one who rescued the last piece of evidence we needed. This was the bullet that put an end to Von Karma, and you were the one who gave it to me. Thanks, Maya. I couldn't have done it without you.
I'll be back soon.
Huh?
Going to complete my training and come back.
Okay, I'll be waiting.
Of course you will. You can't run that office by yourself. You're hopeless.
Ah, she's back to normal. Well, I don't know about that. In the show, it's so much more, dramatic.
Yep.
So this is it.
See you soon, Maya. In the show, it's much more dramatic because the train leaves, the doors close on them speaking. It's funny.
Thanks, Nick. You're going to do a yacht. That's a sad pain.
And so, my story ends. Time to turn a new page. We'll find out if there's actually another one. After this.
And say goodbye.
Say goodbye to the novice defense attorney that I once was. Now a new story begins. With the same old crazy cast of characters.
Ha! Don't think you've graduated yet, amateur.
Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to rethink that claim. Yes, Your Honor. Uh-oh, I get a bad feeling about this. Give me...
Alright.
I want to see if I can skip some of this. Yeah.
Hey, pal, Mr. Edgeworth came to...
It's automatic. Woo! Detective Gumshoe! Go ahead and go. I'm just saving him.
Well, that took longer than I thought it would.
Uh-huh.
Alright. And when this is all done, we will be signing off.
Yes, yes.
So, I have a nice dinner waiting for me, so I will be signing off early. See you guys. Time.
And I will sign off as soon as I'm done with this to check to see if there's actually another case after this, because in the original DS version of this, not the original GBA, because this was originally GBA in Japan, but then they ported it over to the US onto the Nintendo DS, and they added on a fifth case to this. So I'm waiting to see if it's on here, because if it's not, that will end this entire game. It'll be the end of this game, and we will move on to the next one in our next episode, which will be probably a very short one, because I don't know if we'll be doing things the way we were doing them. I wish I could skip a lot of this. We wish we could skip past some of this. This may take a little while. You know, have a little time. Look at that, credits are so long. We'll let you guys sit with these credits until they're over. We'll finish what we're doing. Hopefully when we come back, we'll be done. Stole everything that they could get off a plate. Yeah. I got some bad news for you, partner. I was right. This is the fifth one. We're not done with the game yet. Well, as you can see, there's another case we still have left to do in this game. So, we'll be doing that on our next one. This is the one that will be really interesting to do. So, we will see you next time on this wonderful, wonderful case. It's shucks tail way to do. It'll be interesting to see how they pull it off. Well, there will be different characters in here. Phoenix is the same, so you'll already hear my voice. Haha. We will see you guys next time. Will Maya ever finish her training? Will Phoenix ever stop being like, crazy nutball that he is? Who knows? Well, I knows. Stay tuned for our next one, and we will see you doing our next case. Same great case channel, same great case time. Bye!